Today we want to talk about the concept to make big gains, avoid tiny losses. It's very easy to focus on being super successful and super great at exactly what you're trying to do, but few actually focus on limiting the downside or focusing on the things that you can work towards by doing things better and more efficiently. So for instance, if you're going to exercise, you can work with more intensity to exercise would be a thing to improve on. But the next thing to really focus on is to not miss more workouts, being more consistent. Same thing with your diet. Like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. Here are things I'm trying to do to make myself more fit and healthy. Well, I'm going to have a healthier diet. Well, that's the thing you can work towards, but the subtraction would be eat less healthy things. Don't eat things that aren't as healthy, and also work on trying to get better. So either you can cut on one side or the other and still get to a better result if you focus on limiting the tiny losses. If it comes to things like investing, so investing is like, oh, I want to find the best stock, the best thing, it's going to give me a huge return, or never lose money, manage your downside, focus on loss aversion before going in. So if you think about all the different things in your life as you're trying to get better and you're trying to work on more profits and more gains and trying to do all these different things, it's always like, let's be offensive. Let's create this huge opportunity for what we're going for. Very rarely do you think about, what if I just did more things right and all the things that I was doing wrong, just try to get a little bit better at those and limit them. For instance, in baseball, try to get more hits or get less outs, right? So those are the types of things you really try to look at as you're trying to build towards being more efficient. So if you're going to make big gains, the other side of that would be to focus on the tiny losses. Where are the little wins you can get to accumulate on the backside to create more value for your company, value for yourself, value in your investing decisions, and all those different things you're doing in your life. Now remember, if you can get 1% better in other areas, that can really add up to something really great in the future. So think about all the different places in your life where maybe you can find just a limited tiny loss to recapture. Maybe it's being more tax efficient, looking at the way you pay yourself. Maybe it's finding lost money on the way you're paying your car insurance, your homeowners, and other things. You can find those dollars and put it back to work. In our case, it's how do you have an investment policy statement, something you can stick with, rules. So when the market's moving, that you're limiting your downside and you're adjusting as accordingly as planned to give you the win over time. And that's like Warren Buffett's rule, right? Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. Now, as you're trying to really make huge success and you're trying to build for the future, what is it you need to do to limit your tiny losses? What do you need to do right now to get ahead of the game? If you need some help with this stuff, we can definitely look at it. There's about 19 areas we evaluate, and then we go through those areas, and our primary role is to find the tiny losses, put them back, to put you in position to take advantage of opportunities as they arise.